Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. My name is DeckJ94 and in this video I have a race that took place on Gran Valley Raceway, an old staple of the Gran Turismo franchise that has just been added back to GT7 in the recent 1.29 update of the game. I decided to bring out the Mazda RX Vision GT3 concept on this occasion, and I managed to start the grid on 8th place as we all roll towards the start line. Standard rolling start procedure, we have no control until the lights go out. Straight onto the power as the lights go out. I'm going to try and tuck behind Remo. Just moving over to the left for the first corner. Having to move wide around turn 1 thanks to the VW ahead. But we see one of the drivers behind spinning out and managing to move up to 7th through turn 2. But you can just see how tight the pack still is. Just having a little slide through turn 3 as we see another car going wide and hitting the wall, under braking into the second hairpin and just trying to stay on the track, but with so many cars around as we all move into the slow twisty bit of the track. Just getting a little bump through turn 6, but onto the brakes. I managed to hold on through to turn 7. And dropping it down to first gear for turn 9. As me and Sideman share some space through turn 10. And back on the power through the first tunnel for a short blast towards turn 11. Under braking to make it around the corner as Sideman goes wide towards the dirt. Moving over to the TV camera as another driver goes wide into the barrier. And we're just crossing the bridge with the penalty line and managing to move up to 5th as I go into the tunnel. And shifting back down to 1st as we go to the left out of the tunnel. And back onto the power towards the final part of the lap. The two cars ahead are just fighting with each other over the bridge, allowing me to catch up. Move to the outside inside the tunnel as I push up to 4th place down the main straight, and I'm just knocking on the door of Tommy, taking him on to 3rd as a little knock into the first corner, under braking into the hairpin, and it goes disastrous as almost everybody in the pack passes me, putting me back down to 6th place. And the group is sticking close to each other through the next couple of turns, but myself and Remo end up going off wide. Thankfully I managed to hold on, but the same cannot be said for Remo. Braking deep into the hairpin, a little bit too late, I go wide. Thankfully the bollards will move out of the way. I managed to juggle it as I get back onto the track, but now down in 10th place. Dropping it down to 2nd to move around to the left as I get a little bump from Lolo behind, but I managed to hold on through the next few corners with them really eating at my rear bumper. Lolo managed to get by me just before the short straight. And I'm just trying to keep up with Lolo, but I end up going wide out of this corner. Thankfully not as wide as the car ahead. Crossing the bridge with the penalty line in 11th place as one of the cars ahead is currently paying their penalty, allowing me to catch them and attempt to move on the inside into the tunnel. I broke very late and left the door open though, allowing them to switch past, leaving me in 11th as we exit the tunnel. Moving forward to turn 1 on lap 3, and I have managed to keep with the pack, but with some late braking and a little bit of ghosting allows me to get past Rhino into the corner. And by the exit, I'm nicely in P10. And I'm just knocking on the door of Sauron through the next few corners. As I go for a dive down the inside into the hairpin, taking 9th, and Rhino moves up with me as well. Now at this point in the race, I am trying to push it, and I end up going through these corners a little bit too fast, bouncing on the wall on the right, into the wall on the left, managing to hold on, but I hadn't learned my lesson just yet. Still pushing through, and I just got a little tap by Bip, and he caused me to spin and crash, causing me to drop down to P13 and having a 1.5 second penalty. Yes, more time loss is definitely what I need right now. But best not to worry about it. Time to get my head down and try and catch up. Skipping to turn 1 on lap 4, where the car ahead has gone off causing yellow flags. Moving through the hairpin, and it's Lolo again, giving me a chance to catch, but they managed to hold me off through the corner exit. Staying on Lolo's bumper through the next corner, I move to the outside to go wide to take 12th back. Lolo tries to catch up and takes a slide through the second hairpin, but I managed to pull away into the second sector of the track. Moving ahead to paying my penalty from the crash I had on the last lap. The two cars behind are closing in, but I managed to speed up after paying my penalty and hold them off down the next straight. Jumping ahead now to lap 6, and it's the old favourite first hairpin. Thinking I might be able to take Remo on the inside, I tried to make the move, but I end up hitting the wall again, sending me wide down the escape road. Thankfully giving me enough braking space to easily rejoin the track. Back down into 13th though once again, as I chase the pack. Just managing to catch up to the cars ahead through the next part of the track towards the next hairpin. I move to the inside, try and move up past Remo. Ghosting helped a lot, but by the exit of the corner, I'd moved up to 12th. Later on in the lap, I've managed to close the gap on Monty ahead. Just trying to move on the inside, but they shut the door on me. I end up losing grip and starting to slide. Managed to hold on, but I've just lost more time. Moving up towards the final tunnel of the lap, and the car ahead braked a little bit to try and get round, allowing me to swing it to the outside and power past to take 11th. Rejoining the action on lap 8, just moving towards the second hairpin, and you can just see Rhino go very wide ahead, causing them a 2-second penalty, but it also allows me to move up to 10th. Moving on to the final lap, and there are more yellow flags as we see Road Opa in the distance going slow, allowing me to pass up to 8th place. Coming out of the hairpin, you can see that Road Opa is trying to close the gap on me. I'm trying to hold them off, but I'm just thinking, I just need to get the car home at this point. Moving through the second sector of the lap, and he's getting ever so closer. And he manages to move onto the inside, trying to just push his way past, and overtakes me just before we move over the bridge with the penalty line. And Road Opa was given a half-second penalty. I'm not really sure for, because I'm sure I took the same line. Still trying to get past. I move to the inside, but once again I brake late, end up going wide, opening the door back up and remaining in 9th place. I'm hoping I'll be able to pass him in the next tunnel just before the final straight, but I've got to stick close to him to be able to do that. Just going around the final corner with as much power down to the ground as possible. Trying to close the gap, chasing him all the way down to the line. To cross the finish and to be placed in 8th place thanks to that penalty of the guy in front. So after all of that, finishing the race in the same spot as where I started. But you know what? It felt pretty good. It's been good to be back after having some time away from the game. And that is going to be it for this video. I want to thank you all for watching. And if you've made it this far, why not give the video a like or even subscribe to the channel? Tell me what you thought in the comments below. And with all that said and done, I will see you in the next one.